my channel if you've been here before, and welcome if you are here for the first time. So I took a week off and I am super excited to be starting off with this video, which is in fulfillment of a request. Now, I wore this off-shoulder top with some detailing on the sleeves in one of my intro videos, and I got a request to make a video as to how I made this top. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make the pattern for this top. So just to give you a background story, this is actually the inspiration for this top, and it is an off-shoulder top with a princess line and some peplum detailing on the sleeves. However, when I was making mine, I used some scrap fabric I had laying around and didn't have enough for the peplum, so I had to be creative with that part, hence why my detailing at the sleeve is different from the original. So in making this video, I decided to compromise and make it a combination of the two because the original design is not mine, and I also wanted to stay true to the request that was made, hence this sketch. The good thing about this pattern making is that you can decide to go either or. So you can decide to stick with the peplum detailing or go ahead with my creative design. Or like me, have a combination of the two of them. Now, I hope you find this video super easy and you're able to recreate yours. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know in the comment section below. Alright then, go ahead and grab all your grabbables and let's get started. Now, don't forget to give this video as many likes as you can, subscribe and turn on your notification. My name is Ijeoma, and welcome to my sewing diary. The materials you will need are your no-ease darted basic bodice pattern, extra pattern paper, curved ruler, gum or masking tape, measuring tape, paper, scissors, marker, pen or pencil, owl pin and short ruler. I'll leave the full list as well as all associated links in the description box below. Starting with your front pattern, measure the length of your front armhole and note down. On your back pattern, transfer your shoulder dart to your armhole by drawing a line from your shoulder dart tip to your armhole, slashing through this line, and then closing and sealing your shoulder dart. Redraw your shoulder line and seal the open armhole. Redraw your armhole with your curved ruler and then measure and note down your back armhole length. Using your front and back armhole measurements, draw your sleeve head only. I've made a short video on how to do this, so be sure to check that video out. The link is in the description box below. Mark a point halfway between your top line and bicep line on the center line and rule a line across. Label point X where this line touches your front and back sleeve head. Also label your front and back points on the bicep line like so. I have labeled A for the back and B for the front. Mark a point half an inch down from the line drawn at the center line and connect to point X on both sides with your curved ruler like so. Measure the distance between X and A and X and B and note down. Then go ahead and separate your pieces like so. Going back to your front pattern, and starting from your bottom armhole, measure and mark point X, which is your front distance from your sleeve pattern noted. In my case, this is the distance BX. Then mark a point 1/4 inch out and up from the top armhole. Join the front cutout sleeve head piece to the front bodice piece by aligning the X marks on the bodice and sleeve to touch, while making sure the tip of the sleeve head piece ends at the 1/4 inch mark made at the top of the armhole. Glue your sleeve head piece down, and then redraw your shoulder line to join the sleeve head like so. Then go ahead and draw your bust radius round your bust point to enable you draw your new neckline. Mark 2 inches up from the end of your new shoulder line. You can make it a little higher if you want. And then draw your desired neckline with your curved ruler to the center front. Also using your bust radius as a reference to how much cleavage you want to show. We'll then go ahead and contour at 50% for off shoulder and also contour under the bust. I'll be showing you the process without commentary because I've already made a video on how to do this, so be sure to check that video out if you are not familiar with the following steps. The link will be in the description box below. Mark a point 3 inches down from the side waistline and another point 5 inches down from the center front waistline, and then connect both points with your short ruler. Now it's time to separate the pattern pieces. So you can decide to separate the pattern through the extended waist dart line initially drawn, but I wanted mine to have a princess cut instead, so if you'd like to have a princess cut too, find a point halfway on the remaining original armhole curve and connect this point to your bust point with your curved ruler, making sure to make notch marks for connection while sewing. Then go ahead and separate your pattern pieces like so. On your side front piece, snip a little at the bust point and then close and seal your bust dart. Redraw your side line from the under armhole to the waistline afterwards. Add a 1/2 inch seam allowance round except at the center front and at the extended X point. Add a 1/4 inch seam allowance at the extended X point and do not add any seam allowance at the center front. Label your patterns. You'll be cutting your center front on fold and 2 pieces of your side front. Now to the back. Mark out your AX measurements starting from your bottom armhole and label X like you did the front. Then proceed to joining the back sleeve head like you did the front by marking a point 1/4 inch out and up from the top armhole. Joining the back cutout sleeve head piece to the back bodice piece by aligning the X marks on the bodice and sleeves to touch, while making sure the tip of the sleeve head ends at the 1/4 inch mark made at the top of the armhole, and then gluing the sleeve head piece down. Redraw your shoulder line to touch the sleeve head like so. Mark 2 inches up from the end of your new shoulder line and redraw your back neckline to your desired shape. I wanted mine a little low like so. Extend your waist center dart line upwards in a straight line to touch your across back line and redraw your top waist dart from that point. I made the mistake of stopping at my back neckline instead of extending it upwards and had to correct it later on. Mark a point 3 inches down from the side waistline and another point 5 inches down from the center front waistline. Connect both points with your short ruler like you did the front. Then go ahead and separate your pattern pieces like so. Then add a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the style line, neckline, extended shoulder, armhole, sides and bottom. If you've used my method of tracing, your center back should have a 1 inch zipper allowance. If you've not, add a 1 inch zipper allowance at the center back. Also add a 1/4 inch seam allowance at the extended X mark. Label your pattern. You'll be cutting 2 of each. For the peplum, measure the length of where you would like the peplum to start and stop on your front and back neckline and add these together to get your total circumference. Do not include the seam allowances when taking these measurements. Then we'll be creating the peplum using the half circle skirt formula. So calculate your radius by dividing your circumference gotten by 2 times 3.14 according to the formula. On the edge of a fresh pattern paper, first measure down the radius gotten by placing the start of your measuring tape at the tip of the corner and marking the radius gotten from one end of the paper to the other. When you're done, connect these points with your curved ruler to create the connecting circumference. And then, from the circumference created, mark your desired length from one corner to the other, including a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the bottom. Connect all points with your curved ruler. Add a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the top of the connecting circumference previously made. Also create another peplum in the same manner, 1/2 inch shorter than the first. Label them. You'll be cutting 2 of each on fold on one side. For the circular design, on a fresh piece of pattern paper, first mark a dot and then mark 3 inches out and round the dot to form a circle. Connect the points and cut off. You'll be cutting many pieces of this. And you're done! Hope this has been very straightforward. I'm going fabric shopping soon, yay! And I can't wait to show you how to sew this together same time next week. So make sure you're locked in by subscribing, tuned in by ensuring your notification is on, and engaged by giving this video as many likes as possible. Drop me a comment if you have any questions whatsoever, and until next week, see you later. Bye!